Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Truth Bomb Tuesday. It's the end of the day, and I'm sitting in my truck realizing that I hadn't shot this video yet, and I almost missed. But, folks, that ain't gonna happen. No. So, what is the Truth Bomb for this wonderful Tuesday? The Truth Bomb is, y'all ain't as busy as you think you are. And I know somebody out there is gonna be like, well, but you don't know my life. I don't need to know your life. You are not as busy as you think you are, and you are not doing as much as you could possibly be doing. And it ties back into what I talked about last week. You know why I know that? Because you're watching too much Netflix, too much HBO, you're watching too much sports, you're having too many conversations about shit in life that does not matter. You are wasting time on social media, and I realize the irony in me saying this on this platform, but you're wasting too much time on social media, not getting shit done. And how do I know this? How do I know this to be true? Because let's just say the majority of us work in some sort of office-y type setting, okay? And given your 40-hour week, you get your work done, right? Until it's time to go on vacation. And now all of a sudden, that 40 hours of work that you have to get done gets done by Wednesday because you're leaving on Thursday morning. So how did you get 40 hours worth of work done with 2 less days? How did you do that? I'll tell you how you did it. You focused. You sat down, you put yourself on a deadline to get shit done, and you didn't drift onto bullshit. You didn't spend time on things that didn't matter. You focused on the work in front of you. See, I talk to people all the time that want out of their job, that want a better job, that want to start a business, that want a promotion, that think they deserve this, that, and the other thing because they put in 10, 15, 20 years with a company. But let me tell you something, none of that matters. None of it matters. It doesn't matter what your intent is. It doesn't matter how good you are at something. What matters is, what do you produce? And if you can produce 40 hours of work in 30 or 24, then are you really doing all that you can to move your life forward? Are you really doing all that you can to earn that promotion? Are you really doing all that you can to get things done so that you can work on that side business or that side hustle? Are you really doing all that you can so that when you get home you can put work away and invest in your family? Are you? Are you really? Are you sure about that? Because I don't think you are. And then you add to that, the fact that I know for a fact you are capable of more. I know it. It's not even a question. And I guarantee it to be true. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that if somebody held your feet to the fire, you would get more work done than you have ever gotten done ever in your life. I know it for a fact. And the reason I know it for a fact is because I've done it with people. I've watched it happen. I have looked at people and said, listen, you have got to get this done so that you have time to do this. And you know what happens? 10 times out of 10, they get this done so that they can go work on whatever this is. And I'm not just speaking from the experience of coaching people through it. I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I'm holding my own feet to the fire right now. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing as much as I could be doing. How do I know that? Because a couple of years ago, I made the decision, the crazy decision, to tackle something called the Spartan Ultra Beast. Okay? The Spartan Ultra Beast is a 30-plus mile obstacle race. Okay, so it's 30 miles through like mountain terrain with somewhere between 60 and 70 different obstacles to complete. And you have to complete it in certain chunks of, like, you have to complete certain chunks of the race in certain amounts of time. And if you don't, you get pulled off the race. You're done. You get a DNF, a do not finish. You don't get a medal, you don't get to go across the finish line, and you don't get any of the accolades. So when I signed up for that race, I signed up for it to do it in Hawaii. I was not about to be the dude from Colorado who went to sea level, who went to Hawaii and couldn't finish that race. So you know what I did? I trained my ass off. And what was weird is I ended up having to train like sometimes 4 to 6 hours a day to be prepared for that. And somehow, now, did I miss in a couple of little areas? Did a few little things slip here and there? Yeah, they did. But somehow I found a way to get my work done. And at the time I had 2 jobs, right? So I still find a way to get my work done at the one job, to get my work done to grow my business, and invest in my family. And I did all of that and got my training in. Weird. It's weird how all of a sudden when we have more to do, we still get it done. It's all in your head, folks. You think that you have 40 hours for the week to get your job done, so it takes 40 hours. What if you got everything you needed to do this week done by tomorrow morning? First thing when you get in the office, be done by noon. Be done with your entire week's worth of work, unless it's meetings that don't happen later in the work week. Come on. Okay? What if it's work that you had scheduled to get done on Thursday and Friday? What if you got everything done by tomorrow at noon? What would you do? What would you do with 2.5 days of time that now you don't have to do the work that you're supposed to get done this week because it's already done? What would you do? Would you invest in you a little bit? Would you figure out how you can invest in your family a little bit? Would you figure out how you could do more at work so that you can start taking steps towards that promotion you say you want? Because I can guarantee you this: if you start truncating timetables, you start creating artificial deadlines for yourself to get shit done, you'll get more done, and you'll be able to do things that you never thought you'd ever be able to get to. So the truth bomb is, you're not as busy as you think you are. The truth bomb is, you can get more done. And I believe that you can do it. That's the truth bomb, folks. Go blow up life. Boom.